To make this rock, paper, scissors game, we're going to have to start off with importing the random module, and that's going to come from the Python library. We're going to create a list of play options. Now these are the play options that the computer will choose randomly and the user will choose. So we assign a variable RPS with the three strings, rock, paper, scissors. They're separated by commas, they're in a list because they've got square brackets. We're then going to assign a random play to the computer, and we use the variable computer and equals being assignment, RPS, and then we use a fancy little bit of code, which is random.randint. The dot is a method, and then we're saying from 0 to 2 in the list. We go on to create a flag. Now the flag's really important because we're going to use the flag later on in the game to go false when the game ends. So the main part of this game is going to be in a while play equals true. Remember the colon means then do this. It's going to set the play to true straight off. So first of all, we've got to have player input. It's just a message. Now I've used the dot lower at the end in order to cast whatever they've put in to that variable player. It will always go lowercase. Next is our first selection. If player is equal to computer, then print tie. Elif player equal rock, then it will output another selection. Now this is a nested if statement, so we've got an if within an elif, but the important thing to note is that the computer is equal to paper, then it's going to say you lose, else it will say you win. If that doesn't happen, then it will go on to the next elif statement, and then if the paper isn't selected, then it will go to the next elif statement, which is player this pressing scissors. Now it's pretty much the same blocks of code in each of those. What's different is that we've got a quit option in here that follows. If Q is pressed, then you will see that we use the break to break out of the loop. We finish with an else statement. The else is basically error catching. If the key input is not correct, then it will give feedback that that's not the right spelling or not the right button, and then it will continue in that loop. And you can see there I've used play is equal to true. So this is error catching. What's important is at the end of this selection, we've got this reassignment of the variable computer. It has to have a new rock, paper, scissors assigned to it. Then I've got a game over, which is basically an end of game message to the player to say that the game is over, and that's outside of the loop and the selection. Testing it, you'll see there's a couple of errors that don't, you'll find the errors later, but when I'm testing it, I'm going to be testing it for rock, paper, scissors and quit. I'm then going to test that my lower works by putting it all in capitals, and then I'm going to test that my error catching works. Once you've coded this game, what I want you to do is I want you to go on and fix the, there's two errors that need to be debugged in it, and there's certainly a very important extension, which is you need to keep track of the scores. And at the end of the game, you give the feedback. What did the computer score against the player? Good luck and have fun.